What is up, guys? Wraec here with another live stream, and today, Talene, it is time, and I'm hyped, honestly, because, well, how should I say it? The time that we already tested her during my first video was actually quite nice. She was actually stronger than I thought, so in that sense, I am hyped. My internet connection is alright. Didn't feel alright when I started the stream, but we'll see about that. So, first of all, welcome Franklin, welcome Gaba, LM Koro, Christian, Xan, Jihad and Barca all here. Welcome to the stream. We have a lot of stuff to do. So, first of all, you guys saw I got one copy of Talene. We got that from the Emporium. If you haven't seen that, basically how I did it this time, which was mainly due to me having to work today. Usually the way this works for me is like, if there is a hero release, then I take a day off from work, find the way to make that happen, and then I can make videos and live streams and all of that good stuff. This time around wasn't possible, partly due to that release being, well, not announced with enough distance, so I couldn't make that happen. So I was at work actually. Gabba Viking, welcome to support, welcome to the membership. Thank you, mate, for the support. Appreciate it. Very, very nice. B icon already. Love to see that. That's pretty cool. Welcome, Luxury. Margin, hey, welcome to the stream. So, couldn't make that happen. What I did instead was actually quite fancy. I had my break, my pause during work, and during that time, I timed that so that I had the option to go for Talene and make a video when she's released. So I actually managed to do that. As soon as she was released, basically, I drove home, which took like 10 minutes, made the video, drove back to work. So that is how I managed to do that. So the goal today, we will do that a little bit different, because I thought about it a little bit, and the thing is, we always go for those Supreme Plus tests. We didn't on Fresto because poverty. But the way I want to do it this time, I want to get a little bit more of a grasp on how much it really helps us if we get a certain upgrade. So specifically, I want to see how much that Legendary Plus upgrade here really helps, because that is a 40% attack buff. So I want to see how that works and if that is good. And then if we can, we'll also go for Mythic. I don't know if we can, because we don't really have too many Stellar Crystals this time around. And, well, wailing for those Celestial Hypogenes is kind of expensive. But we're going to try that. So what we are going to do is we are basically going into Dream Realm. We're going to keep our levels the same for now. We're going to do one test run in here. We're going to take her out. I'm going to put, where's my Talene? We're going to put Talene in here, and damage reduction or energy regenerations, both pretty bad actually. Okay, let's just go like this. Doesn't matter which team we really use, as long as she gets healed enough, which should be the case in this team. And then we are going to try and see if the 40% attack increase really improves the damage by a lot. So that is going to be what we're going to do. Of course, there can be some RNG. If you notice that we have a really bad attempt, we are going to try that again. By the way, triple speed, kind of nice. So Smokey died, which is not good, because then of course our Talene is a little bit bad, but she's instantly back, so that is quite interesting. Talene seems to do incredible damage. Yeah, that is the case. Talene seems to do incredible damage. We already did better against this this boss, by the way, with her. But we're just going to keep that now as a scenario. So, yeah, that wasn't too great, honestly. That wasn't too great. But let's just see. We have the tests from like the single copy version already. The amount of Stellar Crystals that we have right now is 142. We have a few Dragon Crystals. And we still have the chest, so this is another copy. I think we are going to get this copy right now, because there is nothing else that I would rather go for. So we are going to get this copy, which means we can also upgrade her already to Legend, no, to Epic Plus. And then we are going to go for the summit. So we're already a few people in here. I think that's a good time. just let's go for those summons, let's try to get her ASAP, and then we'll see. There's already, and that I can say, we had the release of the 25 stage Durst trial, so like the stages 21 to 25 in Durst trial. I already cleared that on one challenge. I made no progress on the other. That was, I don't know, quite difficult. And for the other one, you kind of seem to need Talene at a higher upgrade level. And I talked to Zibo, and he actually told me, yeah, like, it doesn't feel possible to do those stages without Talene. And I said, like, well, I cleared one stage without Talene. And the hero that you need to clear the other 25 is Soren. So, like, on the one you require Talene, on the other you require Soren. And that's, like, a bit insane because many people didn't go for Soren. And I only went for it because, well, I'm a content creator, so kind of got no option in that sense. So, what do you guys say? We have 142 stellar crystals, which would be 3 copies. If we pity timer all the time, and then we would be at like 18 more to go. Usually those celestials have been mean to me. Do you guys think we can do something great here, or do you think will be difficult to get good results? Do you think it will be once again the typical celestial pity timer that will hit us, or can we do some lucky stuff and get more than 3 copies going here? Just by more simples, and we will buy some more. I have a bit more Dragon Crystals, so we will do more than that. We will also buy the pack that grants us the single copy, we'll do that. And then beyond that we can probably buy some more. But I just want to be sure it's not like some 2,500 pack or something popping up. Just want to see. I'm betting we get a double. I already saw, I don't know, was it Vulcan getting a double? Not sure. But one guy from the content creator group got like a double. I know that. We have like a group chat. It's like, I probably can say that. That's not really a thing. I think 4 or 5 copies. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see. 3 is the minimum. So that's, I guess, what we're going to get guaranteed. Going to tap as hard as I can. Let's go. Come on. I want to get a triple or quadruple. Or nothing. Guys, don't start with 5 or 6 or something. Like, honestly, if we get 4, we can probably be happy. Let's go next one. That's the single temporal essence. We don't really want to see that. That's 5 temporal essence, okay. That's a pity copy. Okay, first one, pity time. You're done with those Stargaze summons so fast. Like, so fast, it's insane. It's honestly insane. No double there, just a pity copy we got. That's the Ascension bundle, and yeah, it is a 2,500 Ascension bundle. Do you see that? 2,500. It's 35 actually plus a copy, so we definitely take that. 35 plus a copy. Just want to make sure. I had this feeling that we might just get a pack here. Also find it quite interesting, oh, I can't show it really, that they didn't put the seasonal essence in there. That was pity. That was pity. We had 14 more to go. Yeah, that was 33, okay, yeah. But on the, like, everything is pity for me if it's like on the last 10 bomb. At some point I noticed that she takes too much damage to continue ulting, but yeah, she doesn't need energy to continue her ult. So in that sense, it doesn't stop her from using her ult. Oh, nice, 3,000 gems. If she has no energy. So as long as you keep her up and she doesn't die, she will ult. Yeah. And again, on the pity pool. Hello there from Portugal. I can't stay for long since I am sightseeing, but I still came to say hello, and I very much so appreciate it, Nico. I hope you enjoy your sightseeing in Portugal. Never been there, honestly. Never been there. Been to Spain, never been to Portugal. Should go there, I think. No, she doesn't die. She doesn't die. She deals damage to herself and consumes energy at the same time to do her ult. And once she runs out of energy, the damage she deals to herself increases. So it's higher then. Which means you will need more heal to actually keep up with it. Okay, we got the next copy there. How many summons do we have left? 97. So of course we are now going to get 4. But still no real luck here. At least no double. I remember Rainier, the triple. I would love to have that back. That would be quite nice. But right now, our luck isn't quite where it should be. I have to complain to support. To say, guys, Content creator. Have you never heard of content creator luck? Activate that. No, doesn't seem to be a thing. We're on the pity train. The Celestials don't like me, I wanted to say, but the diamonds sure do. 9,999 diamonds right there. We take it in preparation for, I don't know how he's called, Ludovic, the next Graveborn support hero, rate up right after Ulmus. For him, of course, those diamonds deeply appreciated. That's basically a copy of Ludovic there. So, I don't mind that. That's pretty good. That's not good. Don't really need that. And that's the guaranteed one again. So, yeah, pretty much pity all the way. That doesn't bring us to Supreme Plus. That's the problem. That's the problem. Doesn't bring us to Supreme Plus, and probably, I'm not sure if it does bring us to Mythic. So that should be it in terms of those rolls, but we are not done yet. We'll actually use my Dragon Crystals as far as we can. So we have 1,500 Dragon Crystals left, which means we can look out for another pack that we can buy. I guess not in the monthly, but Growth Bundle is done, of course. So we have the option to either buy this one, which includes 20 and some other stuff. Or we buy this one, which is a bit cheaper, but includes less other stuff. That's the one pack, which is with 20, and then we have 40 here. So the extra that we basically spend on the other pack is used for essence. So yeah, let's buy this one, and with that we're basically done. So we have a few more crystals to go. There are none that we can buy, right? Oh wait, didn't they added stuff to the shop? We can buy some. Ha! That is good. So we can buy some stuff. Those are the ones for diamond. Those are the 4 monthly ones for diamonds that we can buy. But what about the arena store? I bought them knowing that they might add stuff to that, and they did indeed. Oh, so they made this... Oh, interesting. By the way, I saw big hate. I saw big hate, not for me, not for my videos, but I saw big hate because people can't read. Why can't you guys read? Nobody ever said that the stellar crystals that come to the arena store, that those will cost diamonds. Nobody ever said that. It isn't even included in the patch notes. And I still saw hate online where people said, oh, it's going to cost diamonds, nobody can afford it, we're going to go poor. I don't really understand that part, but we got some more stuff here, we can buy those. Of course, there is now like the question to be asked, are 4 stellar crystals, or, well, it's basically 8 stellar crystals, are 8 stellar crystals worth as much as 1 copy? And that's the difficult question. Because reading is hard. I don't shame anybody that can't read. I know a few people myself who struggle with reading and who have legit disability there. And there is barely anything you can do. It's quite hard for them. So never going to shame anybody for real for that. But I think some people don't really try. And I think if you start like hate and if you want to go and like claim things, then you should be aware of whether or not things that you state are correct. And some people seem to struggle with that. So I'm a bit annoyed by the fact that we don't really have another 3 stellar crystals. And I'm not quite sure if we can do something about it, because Friendship Store obviously ain't gonna help us. But there is a new cosmetic here. So we're going to buy that most definitely. Nice, I take it. Dream Store, still no change to that. Also no Soren in here if somebody was looking for that. Arena Store, I mean, we still, can we earn... Well, 900 wouldn't be enough, wouldn't it? 900 wouldn't be enough. We would need to earn like 3,300. That seems like a lot. That seems pretty much impossible. That is impossible as well. Recruitment store is empty and doesn't reset. So in that regard, I reckon we are a bit out of luck and have to do singles. So last 31 guaranteed copy in there. We'll let out the full animation here. Let's see if that works. And... if we can score another early copy, we get another 6,666 gems. I mean, for a 10 bomb without a copy, that's probably as good as it gets. I take another bomb of gems so that we can do some summons. Definitely appreciate that, because we were a bit low. I was worrying we might not be able to do the next character in Rate Up Supreme Plus, so... Oh, this one was a bit earlier this time. I like that. At least one copy that isn't a 10 bomb that also includes one for pity. So that is pretty good. I appreciate that. Let's do another 10 bomb. Nothing in there. And now we are in the singles. So we have 7 more singles that we can do. 23 more to go to the guaranteed copy. Let's see. No. 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 Oh! I take 6,000 gems. In the singles, quite unexpected, but we take it. Very, very nice. 4, and that's it. So no double in that. And pretty bad luck again. But we are at 65,000 gems now, so I reckon that's pretty good. Let's do some upgrades. We have 6 copies, so we will see the Legendary Plus. We will see that. We will also see the Mythic Plus, as it seems. So we reached Mythic Plus, we got that. That's pretty good. So we can upgrade the weapon. The thing is, we can only upgrade the weapon to +10, I believe, which means we don't get the last ability. That is quite unfortunate. That is quite unfortunate. But the way we're going to do that, or the way we are continuing with that, is going to be through a video. So we are going to make like a video later on, going to try the +15 weapon, because I'm prepared to upgrade her to +20. I got Rainier Mythic Plus. Now who should I go for next? The hero you want to go for next is Fresto, in my opinion. Fresto, get yourself your Smoky. Watch my video on the Smoky campaign clear. Made it quite recently. It's the picture where Smoky actually defeats Danger Grey in the thumbnail. Get that. You get your Fresto and you upgrade Fresto to Legendary Plus until you unlock the Hero Focus. Because you don't really need the Mythic Plus, not really need it. You're good going for the Hero Focus. And then you have the Fist Def increase and everything in there. Then you use him as a tank and you clear everything with Smoky. As Scalita, I think Scalita dropped a little bit. Honestly, we saw her in all of the old clears where people used Scalita. Everybody wanted to use Scalita for who knows what clears. But really, how often do you see Scalita now in the AFK progress clears when we go in there? So, I think the first thing that you really want to do is work towards this. And if you can get those heroes, I think you're in a pretty good position. And you don't need a Fresto at some Paragon level or whatever. That is not required. You can just run him at Legendary Plus, you're fine with that. I cleared most of my campaign with my Fresto, and my Fresto is Mythic Plus. You don't need Mythic Plus, it's not required. So, I think Legendary Plus on Fresto, way more important than going for Scalita. And the question that we want to answer, and that is probably the most demanding to the community right now, is whether Scalita is also behind Talene. Or if you want to get Scalita before Talene. Scalita, no question about it, got tier in PvP. Insane. Like if you put her in an Iron team, the extra survivability that you get from her at the beginning of the fight, where the first hits come in from Iron and everything, especially in the small time frame where your Damien didn't place his toy yet. In that time frame, she provides so much for your team, it's actually insane. And beyond that time frame, she then comes down, she deals huge damage, she removes heroes like Fresto, Fresto as well, I reckon, but mostly heroes like Thorn. And that is insane. And that is something where she really shows that she's a great hero. And sometimes you get to win just because you got some very lucky ults from your Scalita. I saw Scalita ult, I was fighting Megafungi and I was in this live stream. And live stream situation is always a bit difficult because you have a harder time focusing because of the multitude of things you are handling. And I wanted to fight a good player, fought Megafungi and thought, well, okay, let's just try to fight him, let's see what he does. And we fought him and actually defeated him. Megafungi is much stronger than I am, so in that regard was actually quite interesting. So we have a damage increase there. I still don't like the damage. Like not on the boss. And look at Fresto in comparison. Like it's just much better. It is a good damage increase on bosses. Yeah, I don't really want to share that. But I don't think it's worth the hype really. Not for bosses. Not for bosses. It's okay-ish, but if I put Merrily in there, it's going to be better. So like the damage is going to be better. And as long as that is the case, I don't really care for it. What we can try though is Dura's Trial, because there is a stage in here. She is actually buffed hero for this one. So let's try the 21 there. Let's try the 21. We're going to see if that works out. Didn't really try the strategy here. But I'm kind of curious. Kind of want to see what happens if she's going to be good in there. We have her now on the opposing side. Now we're starting to do some damage there. Very, very small chunks, I have to say. Very, very small chunks. Not really a whole lot. And if you have some regeneration there from like some shield giver or something like that. Ooh, difficult. Still overall, I mean, the damage that you see here is not bad. But she was actually all damaged by Brian. Yeah, wasn't like the favorable position for her. I think the thing that you really need is like more enemies on the board. So I think this stage in particular probably a bit more difficult than usual. But then again also quite difficult without her, so in that regard, I don't know. Maybe we swap over the Flora Bell, keep her below here, or keep her in the back. And let's just see what we can do. It's the Talen here that is really annoying. Let's see. Has some good damage. I mean, like, you see the damage, you see the HP going down at quite the rapid pace. It's not that bad. But at the end of it, she's often just dead. And then, well, it's difficult. Now my whole team died, but she's back, actually. The question is if she can do anything, and that was, of course, not the case. Bit difficult. How much damage did she do this time? Look how much Florabelle actually out-damaged her. But the heal is good. Heal is not bad at all. But this is not nice. This is not nice. Okay. Don't know. Let's upgrade her and see. Like the Legendary Plus that we saw. Okay. It is an increase, but it's just an attack increase. Let's see if we can get some functionality. So we now have a Mythic. Upgrading to Mythic Plus now. Add unlocks her weapon, so that's pretty good. Exclusive equipment unlocked. That is a sword we saw. By the way, just one thing. This sword design is sick. Like, it's really sick. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool, I have to say that. This 8 in there. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to try to put some power on her. We're going to start with some upgrades. So that is we have the Power of Renewal here. We're going to go for +5 on the weapon. We're going to instantly go as far as we can. Because I want to upgrade the weapon. That is a bit of a bug. We might be in the situation today that we have to restart the client every now and then. Because there were a few complaints already from people that is the case. Reminds me of Kale from League. I will have to see. We can still do a lot of improvement here. And to the extent that it's possible, we can try to see what we can do. By the way, we have Haste in here and Vitality, both of which pretty interesting stats for her. Vitality increases the rate at which she recovers and revives. Haste is, well, basically just increased damage overall. So pretty good. And then we have Fist FM Dev here. Going to +10 on the weapon now. If I remember correctly, we're limited on +10 now because we don't have her Supreme. Yeah. We can't actually continue. We would need to upgrade her to Supreme to actually get to +15. And +15, sadly, quite a good one. Empire of Renewal reaches the maximum number of stacks and its carrier is defeated. All stacks will be consumed to transform the carrier into a ball of flame. The carrier will then resurrect in 3 seconds with 50% of their max HP. Basically, weapon at +15 just allows one of your heroes to just come back after dying. That's pretty insane. Of course, there are combinations that one could test, starting off with something like Thorin, for example. If Thorin is revived again from this, does he get this or other revive back? Is that a thing? So, I'm definitely looking at that. 10 Vitality is very much so appreciated. 8 Haste is appreciated. In terms of burst, probably yes. Yeah, probably better. And then we have our sets here. We'll have to take a little bit of a look there. because I kind of want to go to the Charm Vendor now. We are already there. I planned that for before we actually started the stream. We can make some purchases. We'll start off with this. Oh, we have only 500. Okay, we'll start off with this. And we're going to do, she's a mage obviously. So we can buy some mage mythic charms and see if we actually randomly happen to drop one for her. So this is possible, 9 of them. Do we get any? Oh, we are unlucky. Ah, that's quite sad. That's quite sad. But we also have Bronco Essence, so let's get some really good charms for her. This one is HP Ultimate Strength. I don't mind HP Ultimate Strength. Did they change the ones that they recommend? Now they recommend HP Vitality and Energy on hit Ultimate Strength, and this was HP Ultimate Strength. I don't mind HP Ultimate Strength. That's a pretty good one. HP is good on her, Ultimate Strength is decent on her. HP Attack is pretty decent on her. Is this one good? That's crit attack speed. I don't like crit attack speed. I'm not sure about the Ultimate Strength. HP Vitality? I feel HP Vitality more than the Ultimate Strength at least. The thing is, I'm not quite sure of what we want to do. I think we have 2 good charms already. I told the support already that I think that her ult is bugged. Because, do you see that? Increases damage dealt per second to 160 plus 20 per ultimate strength, and extra damage to 190 plus 1%. So this is just 1% per ultimate power to a base of 250% at max. So basically not even a 1% damage increase that we have here. I think this is a bug, that this is only 1%. I think they will change that, and then ultimate strength might be interesting. Right now, it's difficult. We don't really know if this does even work. Is this really 1% currently in the code, or is this just a display error again, and then again it's something else? They couldn't really tell me if it's a bug or not, at least not the community guys, but I guess they're not into this. Yeah, so HP is obviously interesting. We have extra life drain from skill power here. Fancy. Don't really like that too much. No, skill power is really not too interesting. So either we go for the HP one. Haste is interesting. Haste is also interesting. I mean, haste is really not a bad one. This was the one that we didn't like, right? So other option, we have haste energy on hit. Don't really feel that. Healing haste, I don't feel, because that only healing is for allies. So if we heal allies, we want to increase heals that we receive ourselves. So we need vitality. HP ultimate strength is one option. Then we have no. And that's basically it. So either we probably go HP Vitality. I like HP Vitality. So now we have to have that one. Basically instantly crafted with Bronco Essence. And yeah. So until we continue to wail further. I'm not opposed to that, but we can't do it in this live stream. Also I have to get more Dragon Essence for that. We'll have to do that in the video. Then we go to Supreme Plus. We'll now test her at this level. First we'll go to the same Dur's Trial stage. Once again, we'll go to the same stage and we'll see if there is an increase. If we see that it's better. So, I think we're just going to go with both versions we tried of this team. And she upgrade her haste. We upgrade her haste a little bit. Pause stream, it doesn't really work. Stream pausing doesn't really work. See a few immunes in there. Ooh, pretty good meld, honestly, over there. Pretty good meld. Oh. And she's back. Ooh, she nearly got one shot. Ah, come on. Can't be serious. Can't be serious. There she's back. We got the knockback. Ah, the combination of Lucius and Granny's so tanky. Come on, burn them. Look at that Granny just out healing. Ah, okay, Lucius is gone. Now put some damage on that Granny. Granny's gone. Okay. The time frame, we are all of time. Yeah, that is always the case. Oh, look at that. We lost that to the Lucius because we couldn't deal enough damage to him. It's not too bad. It is a higher damage. We have the damage increase there. It is there. 101 billion. It's not bad. Out damaging Brian as well. I wonder if it would be beneficial for us if we actually removed that Brian and added some form of heal to that. But we can't really do heal. Heal is not really possible. Let's swap those two. Let's swap the energy regeneration part. Let's make her a bit more tanky and let's see if that changes something. I don't really want to put Rowan in there because Rowan had the disadvantage that we actually would reduce our damage, which is not very nice. And I fear with this close of a map that we have here, other healers would die. By the way, we see the pyre now. That is the effect for that. Pretty cool. So we could also combine that and make a little bit of a pyre build on our Fresto. Fairly interesting. Talene now going to the back, starting her nuke. And we see the damage reduction there. We see the burn, but I feel like the burn should just be a little bit stronger. I think she struggles a little bit as soon as there is like no healer. But that seems pretty clean. That was very clean actually. That was very clean. Yeah, is the perma flamethrower really the answer? That wasn't bad. I mean, she still got out damaged by Brian though. So you can ask yourself the question, if you want to go for Supreme plus Brian or for Mythic plus Talene, where we even have a +10 weapon, and this guy... Is that +5 or did I forget to upgrade his weapon to +5? I think I forgot to upgrade his weapon to +5, isn't that the case? Yeah, okay, so basically what we found out from this review, good review now, from this review is if you are interested in Talene, build Brian. Yeah, so I think he earned his +5. He earned his +5. Scalita, but again for the Scalita topic, Scalita really bypasses all of those mechanics. Scalita bypasses that on Thorn, I think, as well. If she reaches him in the right HP area, hits him with his ability, I think she instantly kills him. We had this for Ulmus. Ulmus is the same. He doesn't move to the backline and become a tree. He's instantly eradicated by her. So those mechanics don't really work against Scalita. Which again, one is proof of her power for PvP. That is probably a good way to put it. Let's go for 22. I want to see a bit more of those abilities. Yeah, we upgraded Brian, of course. We upgraded Brian. Putting that there. Moving over this. Okay, that makes sense. Let's try that. Win within 80 seconds. I think we did that even. Oof! Oof, we got instantly destroyed. So, yeah, Talene got destroyed 2 times in a row. My god, we get destroyed here. My god, we get destroyed here. Okay, let's see some records. What do we have here? Okay, we have this. We have no Talene in this one. Interesting. It cleared it with Igor. Let's try this. I like this one. Positioning, of course, very important. There we go for the damage reduction this time. Again, moving over the Florable. I see this tactic quite often because most enemies, of course, move towards our team. While you, on the other hand, are able then to put your Florable to the back, where she's just basically safe. And there we only have 2 enemies in our grasp and our attack range. It's also a bit unfortunate. But she survives. She does a flamethrower for a pretty long time there. And now she stopped. The reason for that was, of course, that there was no enemy within her reach. So, didn't do the flamethrower. Then moved forward and continued to do the flamethrower. And now 4 kills. There is oh, that is an interesting mechanic. Did you guys see what happened there? Rainier put an enemy into another dimension. And she tried to target that enemy. She attacked that enemy, and even though she was not able to deal any damage to that enemy because it was in another dimension, she still thought, oh, there is an enemy, so continue to attack. Continue to attack. And now I wonder, isn't that a bad thing? Is it like a bad synergy? Is that something maybe overlooked even by the devs? Because she kills herself essentially through this and gains a permanent vitality debuff just because you combined her with Rainier. Difficult. Difficult. Not sure if I want to report that, but we see good damage. We see good damage here. Ever since we put all those upgrades on her, got the 2 Mythic Plus, got all of that going, we not only got good damage here, we also have pretty good damage on the Fresto, I noticed. And Fresto, I think part of that is really that we have this flame stuff on her. But we saw, you guys saw that, right? You guys saw how incorrect that looked. Okay. We're going to copy this lineup. Keep in mind, by the way, not all of those lineups there are like successful clears, are like challenge clears. Oftentimes they are not, they are just normal clears then. Talene on the other side. She moves back though. Like, she doesn't stay there. She just moves back. So there was no enemy within her reach right now. There was an enemy, I'm a bit confused by that. Interesting. Made herself a flame ball again. We have an opposing Hewin, and we have an opposing Damien, and we have an opposing Granny, with this Mira L in the middle. Difficult team to fight. She's dead quite often. Yeah, that didn't work out too well. That didn't work out too well, but that was like... I'm not sure I like the way this works. I'd rather probably go for this, honestly. And I don't want the illusion over there. The illusion instantly dies. The illusion's bad. Yeah. Interesting position she shows. Both of the enemies now within reach. Pretty quick kill on the Mira L. She died due to the Granny. Granny once again mean. Spider Raid, welcome. Welcome to the stream, my friend. We're just currently testing Talene, trying to see whether or not she's good. And so far, at least we can't say she's bad. She has her own, well, how should we say it, her own kinks. It's a bit weird in that sense what she does. Sometimes she's a bit difficult. But overall, pretty solid damage that we see here. The question really is the use. The use is the question. Why would you want to use this hero? And where is she really good? And that is a difficult one. That is a difficult one. Because I will tell you guys my initial idea after the video. I made the first video, 1 copy test, and then I thought, well, what would you really want her for? And I didn't really get to the answer PvP. I'm not sure. Like in a meme team, maybe. But like in something like an Iron Comp, don't really see her there. Slow damage is not really on our menu. We don't really like slow damage. We like fast damage, we like strong damage, we like heavy hits. That is mostly the thing. So, question remains, where would you want to see her? And I kind of got to an answer in a sense. And the answer was, well, in PvE, clearing stages really. And you might ask, which stages, Wraec? Because we have Smokey, and yeah, I think that is the problem. I think that is the problem. The problem is that we have Smokey. I think she would do, for us, what Smokey does right now, in a bit of a worse way. So she's balanced Smokey. And honestly, I think you might not want to have her now. Maybe she's not right now the hero that you desire. But I think, honestly, next season we're going to see the nerf. Next season is going to be Smokey nerf. So yeah, I think we could try. We can try one more time. This stage doesn't really seem to want to be cleared, but then again, we can't probably improve our team. So, is there any improvement here? Oh, not really, right? First team lowest power seems pretty alright. Question for those things here is always the amount of. I don't like that this gets the buff from her. Is that buff switched over? Because that's her Mythic Plus buff. No, I really don't like that. Let's switch those. Let's see if that's better. I don't like that the pyre is on there. Also, the illusion just insta-dies. Always insta-dies. Because it doesn't get the stats, still isn't fixed. Wasn't really better. I don't know, I will try that outside of the stream. I don't feel like failing a lot of stages here. So I think the way it was, you would like go for an AFK stage, you would do something like this, you would still use a similar team, you would still probably use a Smoky team, and then she would be the hero that clears it for you. And that does the good stuff and manages to get the clear and do the damage. But I don't think we are really in that situation. I think the situation is mostly that this is not the case, and that you clear more stages by using other heroes, mainly Iron combined with well Smoky. And that Smoky is then the damage dealer. That's a bit of a problem getting CC'd there. My god. CC seems to stop her ult. That's a lot of numbers. Those are a lot of numbers. Look at the amount of flamethrowers. Talene's still up. And she got CC'd and stopped her ult. Once again. There we got the clear. Smoky's dead. Spider's still alive. Yeah. So like the slow damage that she deals, the damage over time, really is kind of bad if you fight enemies that can regenerate their HP in some way, like through shields or something like this. I think if we went for this, it would look a little bit different. I wonder what else we can build. Maybe something with like no Smoky, and we use Iron instead. And we manual Iron, so like in the same manner we do it for the Smoky team. And maybe we try to pull the enemies into that with her. Do we put the pyre on him? We can try that, it's interesting. So let's manual our Iron. She moved forward, that's pretty cool. Got the ult going. I don't like the positioning. I don't like how she positioned herself so far away from the enemies. We now have better control over the positions. Let's alter that. Those spiders are so annoying. Now we have the enemies split up so much. Okay, we have a pretty good hit over here. Some magic defense reduction would be nice. Or if she dealt true damage. True damage was said by a lot of people already that would be nice if she dealt true damage. I kinda agree. It'd be great. But if she had magic damage defense debuffs, I would also be already quite happy. We hit all of them all the time, it doesn't change anything. Look how tanky those spiders are. Why are they so bloody tanky? How much damage did they take? That was stupid. Look at that! 160 billion, 182 billion damage. That's insane. That's insane. 182 billion damage on that spider. Not too bad. Could Talene maybe be good in the zoo comp? I'm not sure, Wolfie. Like the heal on this one was alright. That was nearly an infinite flamethrower, yeah, indeed. Like this, maybe we remove her, then we have a pretty good forest comp here already. Could Arden... Can Arden remove MDEV? And what happens if we do Damien? Where's my Damien? What happens if we do Damien? Because Damien's interesting. Kinda like that idea. It's so some PvE enemies are really stupid. There are those ones that are completely immune to magic damage, which are just very, very stupid. Then there are those that basically dodge all the time. Those are pretty stupid. And then we have those spiders who can be really, really stupid. I wanted to test the haste stuff. Because like damage per second, if we have a ton of haste, it might just be actually faster. Now we can deal even more than 182 million damage to those spiders. Isn't that nice? Putting them between the Fresto. Of course, they knocked us down, stopped our flamethrower. The toy isn't where it's supposed to be. Love it. Now we're directly there, dealing more damage, and they have the shield again. Immobilized. Our heal is a bit wonky. Got that. Okay. 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 To the ult again. She completely missed them! Like, she really only does this ult in one direction. I mean, it has a huge radius, but like... Didn't really work out. Okay, they took even less damage and we did less damage. MDEV reduction amulet. Yeah, currently we are going for Cascade, so that is a bit of a thing. One thing we can do is we can actually do Carolina for MDEV reduction. That is one option. What happens if we do Cassidy? Just wonder. If we do Cassidy and we have continuous damage. Because Cassidy is interesting. But we don't have Cassidy plus 10. Let's go out of this. Let's go. I want to try Cassidy. Because Cassidy is very interesting. I'll tell you why in a second, but we have to do a little bit of resource management to do that. So my Cassidy is plus 5. To upgrade to plus 10 we will need a few materials. How much is it? Let me check Pridwin. How much is it to plus 10? And then I need to know how much it is to plus 15, because I need to see if we can afford it. If we can afford it, we go plus 10 on her, because I wanted to do that anyway. So it's 75 temporal essence to go to plus 10. It's 200 temporal essence to go to plus 15. We can't even afford to go to plus 15 right now. We would need more for that. But what we have is we have a chest. We have actually 2 chests with each 40. So if we use both of those chests, which I don't mind doing, for temporal essence, in that situation we get 270, which is 5 off, which is no problem because we get that from Dream Realm. So that is something we can do. And now we can go plus 10 on her. That is the wrong position. The reason I want plus 10 is when an enemy takes damage from Tyler Strength 6 times, they will be hit by Undercurrent once immediately. And I just wonder what happens if I put that on Talene. If we can get like super massive amounts of undertow hits. That would be fun. That would be fun. Let's try that. Because I kind of like that idea.
This is for research.
Getting this stuff on her. Very, very nice. Oh, we don't really want it in the back. Yeah, that works. That should still be... Yeah, that's still the last slot. So we can use Cascade. Okay. We put those together. Buff from Heben is out. We got a nice pull there. And we get the ult. And I don't really see a lot of undertow hits. But damage is good. I like that this Brian is still alive. And our Iron is dead. That is not good. The spiders are also still alive. Everything is a little alive. I mean, they are within the range. We have MDEV reductions already prepared for them. And still they have this super ultra massive shield. I'm not sure you can get through with her. Like, there was damage on there. I think the damage wasn't even that bad. I wonder how good it was, really. We got 12 there. We got lower damage even on them. So, I don't know. I didn't see the real advantage of the undercurrent there. Didn't really work out too much in our favor, I fear. Three times 5 of the Nightmare Essence. What is the Nightmare Essence? What do you mean by Nightmare Essence? Okay, Cassidy was an attempt, didn't really work. Next thing we're going to try is Carolina.
A battlefield more merciless
We can put her over there. We just don't want her to be in the last slot because we are still using Cascade. No. Iron getting hit so much. Not good. Try Odie to get them. Yeah, Odie would probably work a lot better. Now we have, of course, a lot more damage. Given that we use Carolina. So Carolina will increase our damage anyway. That will probably not be a problem. But getting through the shield of those spiders just with pure damage is interestingly difficult. She's pretty underwhelming so far. Nah, I wouldn't say underwhelming. Like, there is one perspective we haven't really seen yet, which is the plus 15 weapon. Which is a game changer. It's an absolute game changer, the plus 15 weapon. Also in the sense that we do something completely different. But what we haven't really seen is how that performs in the end. But like, I think we were testing against the stupid stage here. I think we're testing against the stupid stage. Because look at that. Look at that. 337 billion. Bit too insane. Okay, we're going to do this stage with a team that was previously successful. We're going to, yeah, okay. I assumed it was a smoky clear. We're going to do the smoky clear. I already tried that in the past. Oh, smoky clear for this one sucks so much. Smoky clear for spiders in general is horrible. I think if we clear the two annoying spiders, we're already good. We can't move them too far to our side, because if we move them too far over to us, that is actually a problem. Okay, blue smoke. Everything is basically in here, that's good. The shields of those spiders still keep up. They're still not dead. That's a joke, there's still a spider over there. And this spider has the shield. Oh no. The spiders punish you for doing too much damage. That is annoying. But it should be enough. It's enough. Smoky clear always works. Which is a problem. I think Smoky deserves a nerf. This is too much damage. But on the other hand, you have to see how viable Talene really is. And for that, I kind of do want to take her out of here. Do want to put her in the situation, not damage reduction situation. Wait, let's switch those to this, and then we put our Talene back, which is here. Yes. And then I want to see how we do against this. I don't like her targeting. Can we manually adjust that targeting a little bit? What does happen if... Oh, okay, we can... Ah, okay, manual is pretty nice. She always does like this beam, which is basically everything in her reach. But you can adjust where she does it. So we can put her like to the back if we want. We can put her to the front if we want. We can position her wherever we like it. So that is fairly interesting. I like that. So like an infinite ult is not really difficult to achieve if you just use Hewen. So this damage is really now Talene, basically. I wonder if we can clear it. They again have shields. So it's a bit annoying. Okay. 2 down. Last one. And he's gone. Okay, basically that was the infinite ult. That was the infinite ult. Basically she has the Alsa curse where there's no reason to use her over already better characters. But Alsa was changed a little bit. I saw the Zebo video where he talked about it, and Alsa was like a little bit adjusted to be a little bit better. I like her. She is very, very interesting. And I think as soon as Smokey is really gone, she will be meta. Oh, this is interesting. Because those guys have like the energy reduction. That is fairly fancy. But we will never clear those guys with her. We will never clear those guys with her. It's like completely impossible. We can try it, but it will never work. But like manual is better on her. Because you don't need to do it very often, but like manual and not letting her choose where she's set, like putting her, for example, a bit further up to the front, is pretty nice. Okay. Mega Fungi, welcome to the stream. We're just testing Talene a little bit, and due to my poverty only at Mythic Plus. But so far, I mean, we saw the power she had at like at 1 copy. For that it was really good. Like the kit, part of the kit that you unlock at just 1 copy is pretty crazy. Her ability to do a continuous ult basically over the entirety of the fight is also pretty crazy. But it just doesn't get you past some of those PvE enemies. Some of those PvE enemies they don't really work with that. They have way too much recovery to be cleared by her. Like, we could hit those guys through another 5 minutes of fight. If we could add like 5 minutes, pay 100 gems, add 5 minutes to the fight, we could add another 5 minutes to the fight and those guys wouldn't be dead. They wouldn't die. Because this continuous damage doesn't care, they don't care for that. They recover way too much HP to ever be destroyed by that. Is her damage bad? No, her damage isn't bad. Her damage is quite alright, her damage is fairly interesting. I think right now there is a bit too much stuff in PvE that she can't clear. So this perspective of being a damage dealer is really only one side of her, and really... Is she mediocre? No. Dream Realm? I think Barry and Wookiee were kind of hyped about it. I wasn't too hyped. I can show it again. This is the team that we used. It's pretty much a standard team. We copied it from some other people's teams that they used. I used the same team here, but with how is it called? I used the same team, but with Merrily. So, not bad, not good. Not worth the investment, because the other choice that you have is that to just say, okay, I use an OD, which is an A-tier hero. Pretty easy to get. Same for Merrily. I think with the amount of damage dealers that you have that are readily available, it is not really a Stargaze hero that you go for unless this hero deals overwhelming amount of damage. Unless this hero is like so much better than everything else that you have, that it's insane. We should keep in mind though that just because we did a test, and in this test she didn't do super well, I would say, that doesn't mean she's bad, because we haven't explored a lot of her kit. For example, in the fights that we just watched, it didn't really play a role that one of her abilities is a straight up revive. This ability was never really used by us. It was used a little bit in the Durastral stages, but for now we didn't really use it, because that is like a revive. Keep that in mind. She has infinite revive. This is a hero that won't be removed from the field too much. If you use this in your like PvP survival teams or something, it could be fairly interesting. In general, we should take a look at her PvP scaling. Let's build a team, let's try Arena, let's see what she can do. I was always told, by the way, that I fight 2 weak enemies. My enemies are 10 power below me, you are a horrible person. I was joking, I don't really care. So what do we do here? What do we do here? We do Scalita? Do we do Scalita? Do we do survivability? Scalita destroys her, PvP wise? Yeah. 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 This gets destroyed. No question. No question about it. No, she's not immune to Scalita. She gets destroyed by Scalita. Scalita throws her off the board. Question remains, how do we use her? No. No. Yes. Kinda yes, I guess. Kinda also yes. Do like this guy. Maybe we just go for here. Maybe like this. Maybe Fresto. Do we like Fresto? Do we like the idea of Fresto? And that just maybe going like full immunity? Do we like that, or is that a bad thing? We could try attack speed like this. Maybe move her over here, because she doesn't need to be that far in the front. We have this. She's immune. We can try this one time. We can try this one time. Okay, we combine them. She moves over there. Instantly dies. Oh no, she didn't die. She will be back in a second. Oh, the triple speed over here is annoying. I don't think she did anything. Oh, she did some damage? Didn't really notice, to be honest. I think that was too aggressive. Like, in the sense of just be... Scalita destroys everyone in PvP. Yeah, fair. That's right. Kinda wanna change this up. I wanna go like slower pace. Something a little bit slower. Maybe we go Ulmus. Maybe we really go Ulmus. Go Ulmus, maybe combine Damien. Just go like this. Just really go Ulmus. And we put it to the back. We put a release. Oh, I don't like that. Why does he target slot 1? Stop targeting slot 1. Okay, I sent her over there. Okay, we have the CC. The swap that was fixed in every single patch note didn't work. Love that. We don't have an ult yet. Pull them together. The worst type of Scylla so far. No. Have you ever tried Burial in PvE? That doesn't go too well. Doesn't go too well. I think she's so slow for PvP. She's too slow. Look, the damage was there. There was damage. Like, I'm surprised every time I see it. It doesn't feel like there is damage, but there is damage. There is damage. But there's also damage when I use Carolina. So in that sense, just because there is damage, is it good? Rauschfaust is my good, I think. Endgame. He built a slow team though. And this guy's tanky. We couldn't even kill his Ulmus, I reckon. We couldn't even kill his Ulmus with her. I want to do like a single fight, just my Talene against his Ulmus. I think we wouldn't kill it. Yeah, it's not in those teams that we use right now. Like, it's not in the super fancy, oh my god, we use like an iron and something. It's not in those teams. We take her out. We put this and this and this and then... we can do this. We can also do this. Or we instantly do this. I like this. Then I want to use her. I want to somehow use her. Why did I put the effect from the artifact on Damien? That's pretty stupid. She has the shield. Oh, she's targeted by Vala. Oh, that's nice. She's also back in a second. She's revived already. Revived just in a nanosecond. That's pretty fancy. She CC'd so much. Okay. Some damage. Did still not see a single time where she used her ult in PvP. I wonder if her ult is good against Igor. Okay, so now we get to see a little bit of her action. We get to see a little bit of her damage. Damage wasn't bad. Damage wasn't bad from her ult. It wasn't bad. But it took so long to get there that I feel it feels a little bit bad. And she gets like out damaged by Arden. I guess like not in this iron meta stuff, she's not that fancy. But I could see some like Fresto team, Fresto something with Heben. I could see that being like insane. So let's build that. Let's build that team that I have in my mind. No, not her. I want to use like my Fresto. I want to put like Fresto over here, Illusion over there. We put her here. Oh, we don't have Cascade, right? You are not Cascade, you are Iron Wall. Burial is good for AFK. The combination of those is interesting. Burial and actually her. Because the thing is, he goes into the enemy, she can revive him in the meantime. Like an annoying team. That is the first thing that came to mind, was like, let's build an annoying team. Let's build an annoying team. Let's build like the really annoying team. Formation is incomplete. We have place for another hero. I forgot. Who's also annoying? Who is annoying? Igor is annoying. Then my bro Igor shall be in this battle. We didn't make use of those buffs yet, I notice. Okay, let's go. Okay, we have Igor. We are getting destroyed by Thorin at this very moment. My god, the Arn hitting us. Like the burial already dead. Okay, okay. Mad. That the burial died is insane. And look how long it takes her already to revive. Citrana, Talene, Smokey, Sharky, maybe some tank or Seth. Okay, difficult one. Oh, she gets like hit so hard. Like Igor and her, I feel like is good. But like, oof. The destruction here is not nice. Vala's insane. Yeah, like the building a team around another hero is of course not really a problem to beat this. But beating something like this with her, I don't know. A bit difficult. At least she didn't provide any reasonable advantage there, and on this other team it just lacked in early survivability. I don't mind using my points for this. Like this was good damage. And she's like just not that fancy. So attack animation not being that super fancy. Now we get an ult. Eager to see that. We got Heaven from the enemy there providing a shield. Where's my ult? Thank you, there it is. The Iron ever so slightly standing there. She got CC'd by Iron, stopped her ult, and her ult did nothing anymore. And then she died. I mean, like, I can't say she's good. I want to say she's good, but she's not good. Like, not in PvP. Like, look at that. Like, this entire fight is just the perfect example of why I don't think she will be insane in main team PvP. Main team PvP, I say, Because if you have the selection of the top best heroes, then she's not in there. And she's not in there. Because you can select other heroes and it will be better. This fight just showed it. Like, she did so much damage and essentially still nothing. It was... The damage is good. Look at the damage. Damage is really nice. For this fight. But, like, still didn't feel too great. And at the end, we just got this one ult from Skalita. It felt 1,000 times more impactful. It might be the animation. I mean, we have, like, big hits. You always see this eye, you see some small hits, and when you get the ult... I mean, the ult isn't bad, but it stopped immediately. It stopped immediately just because... yeah, look at that! That was the entire enemy team. Gone was a single ult. It was just gone. I tried giving her control immunity. She rushes over to the enemy, runs into the team and dies. Like, it works, yes, but it's like not super interesting. Can try against this team. I don't think it will work. We can take her over there. Now she has the shield. We put him there, and that is usually the way I do it with Carolina. So now in this team she would be Carolina. She's taking care of that. That is pretty nice if she gets a good position. She instantly died when she was starting her ult because she teleported right in front of a Talen. And then the buff is gone. So now she didn't manage to kill actually anything. I mean, the fight was rather unfortunate. Because basically all of my enemies got destroyed by a single Thorin ult. That was a stupid fight. Didn't mean anything, let's be real about it. Because... yeah, it was just dumb. That's a nice team. Don't fight that. That was just dumb. It had no meaning at all. It was just a single Thorin ult once again destroying my entire team. Congratulations. You win PvP everything. Guy can't do nothing against it, I know, but like it feels stupid and it has to be nerfed. Like, let's be real about it, it has to be nerfed. I'm getting tilted when I think about Thorin. Because you can have any team that you want. You can have any... She goes too close to the enemy. We have 3 tiles of range. That looked good, actually. That looked good. It's probably the only fight where we can sell her. Like, it was so much damage from the other guys already. If I put Carolina in, you don't see the difference. The thing is, like, it doesn't make too much sense. Doesn't make too much sense. No, I don't see her. I don't see her in main team PvP. I see a secondary team that you let fight against something weird the enemy placed in Supreme Arena, and you put like a human in there and a bit of Fresto, and you block the enemy off from doing anything, and then you attack. And I see that doing really, really well because she's a good damage dealer. She's like a good damage dealer. We have a shielder, she's called Skalita. Skalita actually provides shields. And maybe you add Coco or something. Maybe you add Coco or something. I see that. I see that. We actually tried that team, JD. I'm pretty sure we tried that exact team. So like in that sense, it's difficult. It's difficult. I think when we have her at plus 15, it will be a bit different as well. Because like this plus 15 ability with just giving somebody a revive, that's pretty crazy. That is pretty game changing. That's pretty game changing, just giving somebody a revive. So I like that. This is of course also better than, but I will not make another video today about her in general. She's weaker than I thought. She's weaker than I thought. Yeah, boy, we also want to let herself deal damage. It's part of her ult to base her extra damage on the damage she deals to herself. So, like, just reducing the damage overall is not a thing. The essence doesn't help me, Wolfie. The essence doesn't help me. I can't upgrade her. Like, I have the essence. I can't upgrade until I reach Supreme. If you are Mythic plus, then the maximum your weapon can be is plus 10. Supreme actually unlocks the plus 15. Yeah, plus 15 is a game changer. I think plus 15 is a game changer. Because plus 15 gives her such a huge utility buff that she's actually interesting. No, it's not really tilted about the game, Daddy. It's tilted about the hero. It's tilted about the stupid mechanic of Thorin. Because Thorin is stupidly OP. She has a very easy ult. Charges up for sometimes slash enemies in range. His range is just 1 really, but feels like 5. Dealing 200% damage plus 180% of damage received during charged. And then the complete OP thing in this, the complete OP thing is level 3. Thorin's soul will complete the slash if this skill is interrupted. So even if you kill the guy, it will still do the ult. So I think that is like the most OP thing in this. And that is also the reason why I'm tilted about Thorin. And Thorin has some potential to kill the entire team. And that is why I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy because it's so random. You will just get hit by a Thorin and wipes your entire team, and then you lost and feels bad because you can't really do anything against it, even if you had enough damage to absolutely wipe the enemy team. That would just buff Thorin even more. I got her S plus 20 and she's very underwhelming. I got annoyed how she isn't doing well compared to Fresto and Scalita. Never get FOMO for her, ain't worth it. I think I have to agree. It's like, I liked her so much. In the one copy video, I liked her so much. But it's difficult. I think she could be good if there wasn't like this, if there wasn't like Smokey in PvE. But the other thing is, I don't think we can easily clear that fight. But if I now take my heroes, he keeps the effect, by the way. Still has the effect. Even though we don't have Talene on the board. Can you just place Talene Mythic Plus to give some hero her effect and it keeps it? Is that how it works? I don't mind using my free chest for her. Like, it's okay. No, but the effect isn't active. I have the feeling that if she can clear it, then this team can too. And if this team can't clear it, then you might have a problem. Yeah, they are unaffected as soon as they start to spin, which is a bit mean. So you have to clear this pretty fast. Or CC the guy. Yeah. We couldn't clear this with Talene. With Talene infinite ult doing 60-second ult on the enemy, we couldn't clear this. We could pretty easily clear this with this team and we don't even take damage. Look at how much damage they deal. It's the same fight. We used Talene in here, we couldn't clear it. Yeah. Thorin just gains a ton of damage. But do you see the difference? You can do that. Even if Smokey's nerfed, you can do that. And I recommend this team. I don't know how often I said this. I recommend this team. This is a very good team. It works pretty well and works against most stages. It's pretty nice. But like Talene would add nothing to something like this. We have no proper support for damage over time. The only thing that I see is of value is the revive, and I know for a fact that this hero is going to be OP in the future. There is going to be some super broken combination coming up. So some super broken combination where if you give a hero a revive, it's going to be insane. I want to see those combinations right now that we have. I want to see those as well. Right? The mean thing is we can't really try it right now. I want to see how it works. I want to see if I give a revive to Brutus, is that the second? Is that like the second immunity? If he gets a second immunity, imagine that you build the 12-second Brutus immunity Brutus, and then you revive him and he gets another 12 seconds. Imagine that insanity. So the question really is, I wonder how that works. If it works like I said and activates those one-time effects once again, madness, insane. And it is really just a question of time until we get a hero that massively profits from being able to be revived. There is no news about the Smokey nerf Daddy. I just assume that they will nerf Smokey after the season because his damage is utterly broken and then able to players to push to like absolutely insane stages, and he's basically used for every single stage clear right now. And I think that is like the main thing. So, do I think she's insane? No. Do you need to get her? No. position on the Transcendence Hero order, I say Fresto, and I say Ranium, Mythic plus first. Fresto, Legendary plus second. And then, basically, I don't think Scalita is required anymore. At least not in this season, and this season you don't need Scalita. Scalita, unnecessary. And then you can decide whether you go Scalita. And then I recommend also upgrading Supreme Plus, actually, on Scalita. If you want to use her, because PvP you need those stats. Or you go Fresto and upgrade him. But I think actually going Scalita Supreme Plus is quite fine. Then you upgrade Scalita Supreme Plus. Then probably... And then you are basically free. You can do different stuff. I wouldn't recommend Burial. I never recommend Burial. I don't think he's good. I feel like quite... that is quite the bad one, actually. That is one of those heroes where I say, oh, that was just such a fail that we bought this guy to Supreme Plus. Dynel is fine if you go for him after Scalita Supreme Plus. You can max your Fresto if you want, that's okay. And you can go Talene, that's also okay. Or probably if you want to upgrade your PvP team, then go Scalita. And then Dynel. Do you believe that they will truly attempt to outright nerf a character after the disaster that Merrily Corrin thing has caused people to do mass refunds? I hope they will. It would be kind of sad to not do that. It would be kind of sad to not do that. Because we have to. Like, it's too overpowered. I think it's too overpowered. I think at one point you just have to say, okay, we have reached a point where it's not healthy for the game to continue this hero in the state he's currently in. And I think Smokey, being in the game and being able to just clear any stage and any mechanic, just with the sheer power that his third form of his ult has, is too insane. It's too insane. He's the best PvE character by such a long strike. He's such an insane damage dealer. And I think it's wrong if you design a healer and the sealer turns out to be the best damage dealer in the game. And not for a fact they didn't plan for him to be the best damage dealer in the game. It's almost a must. No. No, he's not a must. But I think he's just... he's just nice for this team. He's nice for this team. I have a video on it, I explained a little bit more in depth. There was no disaster with Merrily and Corrin other than people being stupid and knowing how true damage works in literally every game. There was no disaster. Well, that is also not right. There was a disaster. The disaster that happened was not that they nerfed it, but that they communicated in such a bad way that it ended up in horrible videos. And in videos where people complained about them being bad and obviously weren't too happy about it. If they had communicated that correctly and stated, okay, people, the plan with this is we want your OD to be good at the beginning of the season and you want your Merrily to be good at the end of the season. So while you now maybe have a Merrily that is a bit worse than the OD that we have there, you will later have a Merrily that is a lot better than the OD. So that is the plan. Will be better in Endless mode. Know that, it's alright. And I think people would have been like, okay. Some people would have been negative, some people would have been positive, but overall I think the feedback would have been much better than what ended up happening with the way they did it. And that was just a sheer miscommunication, a sheer lack of communication, and people didn't like that. The mass refunds weren't just because of Merrily Corrin nerfs. The Merrily Corrin nerfs, in my memory, had not a whole lot to do with the mass refunds. If I remember, the most amount of mass refunds, or the most often I've heard mass refunds, that was around the time where people were complaining about the seasonal loot. Where the seasonal loot was too low before they actually buffed that. I think that was really the time we mostly heard about this topic. Though I have to say, I didn't see a lot of actual refunds. Like, some people managed to get refunds, posted that, and it was, I didn't ever see a big refund. I didn't ever see a big refund. I saw like people refunding 30 bucks. So I don't know if there was really like mass refunds in that sense. So, not too sure. If you spend 30 bucks, by the way, and if it's like not too much money for you, it's also not really worth it, because Google also really doesn't like it. At least if you go through a credit card. If you go through Google, then they don't really care. So yeah, that's a thing. Could have been communicated better. If they communicated well, I think it is alright. If they say like, okay, people, we want to nerf Smokey because we don't feel like the best damage dealer in the game should be a healer. I say like, okay, come on. If somebody's mad about them nerfing a healer that is accidentally the best damage dealer in the game, yeah, you can be mad about anything. Well, then you really lost the point. You really lost the point. Sorry, that doesn't make sense. So, like, nerf Smokey, do that, and let the game be the game. Let damage dealers be damage dealers, healers be healers, and not some mixed Frankenstein's monster creature result out of just an ability that obviously doesn't work properly. Here's me struggling to buy $200 pack in War Thunder ammo. Struggling to buy because of lack of money or payment problems. Didn't someone on Reddit say refunded like 6k? I mean, if they posted screenshots, alright, there may have been a few, of course. Like, few people that said, okay, a refund. Like, I saw a lot of big guys that didn't refund and that also spent more than 6k. Honestly, my biggest issue with the game is how little yellow essence we get. Like in the champion shop, we can now buy 3 times 5 of the red essence. I don't ever going to need that. The red essence is useless anyway. I don't think you should even buy that. And now with the arena store offering 10 stellar crystals, I don't think you even have the means to do so. So, yeah. I mean, if you struggle with money, then a smartphone game is not really the proper place for it anyway. So in that sense, probably better to buy a Wraec membership for YouTube. That is always a good idea and a very good place for any money you might ever own. I also think the seasons are a bit too long. That's a question. I thought so too. I think 3 months would have been alright. 4 months, I assumed, would be 2 months in which we don't have a whole lot to do. And turns out, basically right, this update a little bit insanity, I have to say though. A little bit insanity. Guild Supremacy coming up, definitely have to make a video about that. Though, then, when we talk about complaints, let's talk about complaints. Complaints I have as a content creator, and they might seem a little bit selfish, but I kinda hate stuff like this. If you go in here now, wait, you have recommended foundation, and what you have also here is this. So what you can do now is you can go through those lineups, which I have to say they aren't perfect, but you can go in here and you can just copy yourself a lineup that did really good damage. I kind of hate that. Like, from the perspective of a YouTuber, that's really not too good. That's really not too good. Like, it just really takes away attention from YouTube videos back into the game, where you have like all of the results. It's also quite boring, I think. I think the option to share it is made in an okay way. It would be really bad if I could go in there and could go to like the leaderboard, click on endgame, for example, and say, okay, endgame, I copy your lineup now, and there would be nothing that you can do. That would be bad. The way they did it is kind of still okay, though I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. And I'm also really not a big fan of how there is a solution for every single stage in this game that you can easily see. I like that sometimes, but I feel like it takes so much depth away from the game. Like, make less stages in AFK, divided by 10, make it 146 stages or something, and then let everybody figure it out. Let people maybe make some guides on it. And one thing that I was discussing, and that I'm still thinking in my mind with, and that I'm still toying a bit with, is if they should introduce one mechanic. And the mechanic that I wanna think about is this. As you can see, my max level right now is 565. So Despite my heroes being well over 600 resonance, my max level in this stage is 565, which is the same as the enemies. Every level beyond that doesn't really help me, so now I have to figure out the perfect team to clear the stage. I wonder if that would actually make AFK stages more interesting if they introduced that feature to the AFK stages and said like, okay, the max level for this AFK stage is 565. So you have to kind of get a proper team. Like a tenth of the stages maybe in total, but you have to get a proper team and it's like level capped, so you can't out-resonance it within 2 days. So that was something that I also considered. We can maybe try the stage again. Yes, it's new. It's new. Like the way this works, maybe for the people that didn't see it yet, the way this works is basically when you deal high damage or your highest damage yet, then you have the option now in Dream Realm to click a button and share this lineup. And if you share this lineup, then this lineup appears in this ranking. And of course, I mean, there is a little bit of an incentive to say, okay, I want to put my lineup there so it's the highest one. On the other hand, your incentive to keep it secret, to maybe keep your rank on your server a bit better, is of course nice. This lineup, however, I don't think is particularly good. I tried the same lineup, but with Merrily, and actually did better than with Odie. Absolutely mega loath. Oh, now you use words I don't know. What is mega loath? Word to express extreme dislike of something since the word haze has lost its meaning. Okay. Nothing feels worse than being stuck on a stage because you don't have character expelled. It's fair. But a lot of this in Juris Trial comes from the fact that you have like the limited amount of characters. Like that you basically can only use those characters. I think if you opened it a bit more and for AFK progress you could use any single character that there is in the game, I think it would be there would be multiple options to clear a stage. And of course, I mean, if you see it from the perspective of a YouTube creator, it's a little bit bad if there is nothing you can make a guide on, because everybody can just copy the best way to do it, or like the way that worked the best from some guy without understanding it in any way, because you can go into any single game mode and I mean, like we can copy, and if this doesn't work on the first attempt, we try it another 750 times. So yeah, but it's not about me personally sharing it. So like the point of critique isn't. It would be if we were forced to share it, then it would definitely be a point of critique, most definitely. But this isn't the point of critique that I have here. Obviously, you're right that you don't have to share it. But like, if you are a YouTuber, like, how do you want to make a guide? You can make a guide about this, but people won't care anymore because, well, the information is just in game. But they don't have to think themselves anymore. They don't have to think themselves. They go to this hero and they say, oh, highest damage, use. And then they are done. So like, I think it's brain dead. And it's brain dead. I'm happy if the game has important information easily accessible, because of a lot of YouTube guys are hot garbage, not all of them, but a lot. But yeah, that's the fun in it. It's like, okay, if you want to clear it, do it yourself, you do it yourself. But there is no, like, if you do it yourself right now, I don't want to say you're wrong in any way, but like, it's probably quite difficult, because there is this easy mode button that you have there. This easy mode button, you don't have to figure out a clear for an AFK stage. You click the easy mode button and copy it from someone else. And if you're not on top of the leaderboard, which most people aren't, then, well, what does it really care? So you can just easily copy from somebody else. You fight a boss, you just easily copy it from somebody else. And I think like that's so weird. That's so weird. Yeah. So many people build characters when because they're told to. Yeah, many people don't think. But honestly, if people don't think, then it's rather me that that tells them what to do than the game, because then I get some views. I mean, I certainly have an interest that functions like this are, well, not really in the game. I don't want to say it like this. I sometimes use it and it's okay, but I think it takes away from the game. It takes away from the game. Thanks, Wolfie. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. By the way, we used the wish function here to get ourselves some more Vala charms this time around. Just want to say, that is a Durst Trial Stage 25 Swipe or Sweep. With wishlist enabled, so you can see we get like a good percentage of wishlist charms here already, like 3 Vala charms in this one. Pretty good overall. We can do another one. Bam. Also 2 Vala charms there. Very good. But yeah, so it's just one part of it really. It's just one small perspective that I had on this topic. We were talking about Talene. Talene is, in my opinion, well, we kind of finished the topic. I'm not overly hyped. I think she will be OP one time. Not right now. And she might require Supreme. Because plus 15, well, you can only get that as Supreme. So that is like the thing. The only reason I can win people who have higher res than me is because I have better tactic than some of them. But with the copy-paste, now that tactic just takes away the strategy mechanics of the game. True, I agree. And I think it's valuable if you're smart and if you think about stuff, and it should bear an inherent value that gives you an advantage over your enemies or your opponents in this game. And if that is no longer the case, because anybody can just click one time, copy the strategy of like the top tier player, what appeal is there in being a skilled player in AFK Journey? Just some stuff I was thinking about. Maybe you can think about it too. And maybe when the time comes, you can be a very angry person on Reddit and tell them how little engaging gameplay there is in this game because anything can be copied. And you can kind of take the perspective, how much better than a bot are you? And the answer is 0 if the bot can copy everything. That is nice, Diddy Grant. That is something I like to hear. That is pretty good. Happy that you don't mute myself immediately. Is there any guide for charm, best in slot, or the record are good? A lot of the recommended ones are good. A lot of the recommended ones are good. There is a guide from AFK Analytica, but I don't think they have released that one yet. But in general, from all of the ones that I've seen, the one with like the thumbs up, they are good. They are pretty good. And you can often just say, okay, there is a bit of personal preference. We had the discussion right now with like Talene, because there is this one with the HP ultimate strength, and then there is also HP vitality and energy on hit ultimate strength. Then of course you can say, okay, I prefer the HP one with the vitality for quicker revives, or I want this one because it's more damage. So something like this, for example, is fairly interesting. Should I build Talene or Scalita? I have 0 copies of both. Rainier said Mythic Plus. Fresto sold. Fresto to Legendary Plus before Talene or Scalita, and when you have Fresto at Legendary Plus, then go for Scalita. That is my recommendation. I think we've covered it so far. I don't think... She does more damage. She does more damage than at 1 copy. But like it feels... If you upgrade her from like 1 copy to Mythic Plus, you have 5 times the damage, but mechanically not really a change. I didn't see Pyre of Renewal too much. Like Pyre of Renewal was a bit difficult to get used to. I think we have to see the level 4 on this. And this requires Supreme. So right now, yeah, not really too much to test anymore, I fear. Bit disappointing in a way. But shouldn't be disregarded. Like don't say that she's bad. She's not bad. She's just special, and she's not what we thought. She's not a damage dealer. It says there. It says Saud Ali. You can read. Probably Ali is your first name, Saud your last name, I reckon. You can change that in the Google settings. Dark Knight, why Fresto L+ and not M+? Because you don't need M+. M+ is pretty useless, in my opinion. I don't like the M+ on him. You get like, what do you get for M+? You get a bit of taunt, okay. But only if his illusion is defeated. If his illusion is defeated, you get that. But so often, his illusion is just not defeated. And then this does nothing. So this only works if his illusion dies, and it dies so rarely. It just lives all the time. So You can upgrade that, yeah, but you don't need it. So, like, take the hero focus, enjoy it. The only thing that you really want from M+ and from the weapon itself are those stats, because you get a ton of Fist Def and Magic Def from it. That is, like, the main thing that you want. Other than that, nothing. On the bright side, only executing Talene does not permanently kill her. Yeah, this is different. Like, it also doesn't work on... No, it is not in the HP area, usually. But that's good. Oh, Dark Jeffy, the problem is I know nothing about AFK Arena. I know nothing about AFK Arena. So, like, I'm not an expert on that. Yeah. Will she replicate it? I don't know. I was told, that is the way I was told, Talene was great and was quickly power crept. And then she got an Awakened version in AFK Arena, and then she was OP. If that's the case, I don't know. I just explained that, Alessandro. Scroll like 2 minutes back. I explained it. Escalita does some bossing. That part I didn't explain. Escalita does some bossing, yes. But you can replace her with other heroes. There are alternative lineups that are very, very good. So you don't really require her to be there. And for most bosses, she is not required. Fresto at L+ is indeed only good for AFK. And AFK in that sense is important. You want to buff your Dream Realm first, then you want to go for AFK. That is the way you go. PvP is of no importance, really. PvP is something that won't run away for you. You can just do that at some point. You do that, you do decent team, and if you use neither of those heroes in there, that's fine as well. And if you want to have a replacement for Scalita in PvP, then there is this guy. Just use him. Just put him in there, he will probably clear something. Was meta for like 2 years. I don't really expect Talene to be meta right now. What kind of power creep will need to happen to push out Thorin, Iron, and Scalita? Awakened version, upgraded version of some hero. New power mechanic that just favors other heroes. PvP you get token for scam gaze. Yeah, that is true. I think, honestly, the best thing that I've ever done, and one of the best videos that I ever did, was push Arena at the start of the server. That was so OP. I never fought a real player to get into champion. No kidding. I never fought a real player to get into champion. I fought only bots. I fought weak bots all the time because I timed my attacks correctly and explained that entire strategy in one of my first videos where it says I got champion. And I got champion before anybody else did. I was place 1 champion because I was the only champion for like 2 days. And that was like an insane strategy, because what that gives you is just essentially you get 100 temporal essence, you get 100 twilight essence, you get like 12,000 gems or something. And I was in champion then, set in stone all the time. But like the thing you really want to do to then keep champion is just build yourself an iron team. A decent iron team, and you will have no problems anymore. Yeah. But keep in mind, Dark Knight, you now only have to be legendary to get 10 tokens or 10 stellar crystals a month. Used to be 0, now it's 10. Do we want to play that kind of game state when she's power crept? Difficult to say. Sometimes it's interesting to play a little bit of power creep. Sometimes it's not. Like Daddy, I know you know idle heroes. I think a good way to destroy a game is probably with heroes like DTV and Patricia that just completely ignore defensive layers and destroy entire teams. And every time heroes basically take out entire mechanics and make approaches like sustain or defense useless against them, then your PvP is a bit in a broken stage. We are a bit in that situation. This gets fixed in the season basically, the survivability gets fixed a little bit with Cascade spell, but we're not able to use that outside of the season, which I feel like is horrible, but yeah. Do you feel like you're getting a bit burned out on the AFK content? Not really. It is certainly bad though that the views are declining. Like horribly declining. Like we capped on this stream on 197 viewers. Okay, that's more than I saw. That's actually quite good. But like for a stream like this, I remember Florabelle's stream. Florabelle's stream, 1,700 viewers. Like that's a difference. And if you look at the views now, I have a video made recently that has like 800 views. 800. 800. Like full time, all of the views that were on there, 800. I mean, like, I doubt it's because people start to hate me. I think it's mostly because a lot of people quit. No, it's 700. I take it back. 700. Around this time, like 2 months ago, I used to have 10,000 views on every single video. Just to put that into perspective. It's madness. It's madness. And I made like, I made second channel recently. Made the second channel recently about Idle Heroes. Started this channel, like 0 subscribers on there, started the channel, and I had like 2 to 10,000 views on the video, which is already more than I fear. Is Talene really that good? No. No. Not too great actually, I think. Got scammed by those devs too hard and stopped on the spot. Yeah, Idle Heroes has the most horrible game company behind them that you can imagine. Yeah. Even the remaining players on the social platforms are pretty much all doomed, saying we expect end of service soon. I don't expect end of service. Yeah, Dark Jeffy, don't make me think about it. Oof. Zenless Zone 0. I thought about switching, I'll be real with you. Just for the views. Just for the views. Because ZZZ will be insane. I might actually do some ZZZ content. Maybe we do a live stream or something. Not sure. But yeah, on the other hand, like they do a lot of right steps. We have right steps. We have the last update is full of right steps. Only right steps, really. Correct steps in the right direction. Really full of them. I mean, we have the Guild Supremacy thing coming up. In battle modes, and probably better to see it. See here, Guild Supremacy. And if we check out battle modes already down here, I'm hyped for that. I want to see that. It will be insane. How you games will always get you more views. Yeah, it's crazy. I saw that. Sure, we can do that. We can just not do it on this channel. We can currently not do it on... Well, we could currently do it on this channel. Quite legally speaking would be allowed. But if I would do a stream about ZZZ, then it would be on my second channel. Would be on my second channel. Wraec Gacha, if you don't know it. It's my second channel. It's like... I will post it. That is a... at Wraec Gacha, youtube.com. That would be my second channel. I could do some ZZZ content on there. I just didn't really care for the game yet. I checked out the website, I joined the Discord a while ago actually. Games on launch have crazy views. It would be a fun thing. I like that. I honestly, the first month experience of Idle Heroes was quite insane. Oh, not Idle Heroes, of AFK Journey was quite insane. Like the first month, views and player engagement, all of that going up and seeing that players were hyped. Posting a video, seeing, okay, maybe didn't have too much success. And then this becoming one of my most successful videos over time. Crazy. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. But honestly, it was like April. And after April, I was done. Like April really finished me off. It was like, so I was absolutely tired. I was absolutely tired. Yeah, Genshin, I played Genshin. I played Genshin actually. Genshin was fun. Just the game itself. Just playing it a little bit, exploring a little bit, not even being super efficient with it. It was just fun. I played it for quite some time, then I quit. Then I actually quit. But it was fun. So, is there anything else we need to cover? Is there anything else you guys want to see? Because if that's not the case, then I will probably get myself a coffee And ice cream. I want ice. Yeah, that is probably what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to have an amazing rest of the day until I have to work again tomorrow. And we'll probably check out if we can do some Zenless Zone Zero on the second channel. If you guys haven't subscribed to that, there's currently a lot of iLero stuff happening there, but I planned it as like a mixed channel with different stuff. So it's probably going to be some Zenless Zone Zero over there. And we're going to see. How good is Talene for deficit pushing? Not very good. Worse than the other team. I made the video quite recently, if you want to check that out, which was like a pretty successless video actually. I tried the best almost team so you don't have to. Wasn't super successful, but this video actually includes my almost team, like the one that I used for campaign earlier in the video. It's like almost Iron, Hewen, Carolina, Arden. This is way better. It's more efficient than Talene actually. So yeah, that's the thing. And best thing for deficit pushing is of course still Smokey. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to announce throughout the day if we are going to check out Zenless Zone Zero. No contact to the devs yet. No, Vulcan has actually, but I don't. And yeah, going to check it out. Probably going to make a stream tomorrow. Sounds fun. Let's meet tomorrow on my other channel. I will make a bit of Zenless Zone Zero, see if the game's any good. Till then, wish you guys a great day. See us in the next one.